Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had relief for licensed trainees, which luckily I didn't have to spell license that time. Anywho, so the licensed trainees decided not to curb stomp the children. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have seen a curb stomp, but instead decided to show them that their powers can be really, really cool, and they won the hearts of those kids. And then, let's see, Endeavor's going to try to be a better person, someone that Shoto can be proud to call his father, you know? And then we also, this was so weird, we also got the story of how Midoriya and Aoyama became friends. Because Aoyama was being creepy, left Midoriya some cheese, and then was like, hey, I know you're struggling with your quirk. I've always struggled with my quirk. Don't, fret too much about it. Let's just strive to be better. And that's how they became friends. Yeah. Like always, the reaction is in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. Let's go ahead and get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Okay, I was not expecting this. You know, after the past 2 seasons, we've kind of established a pattern where we get a really heavy arc and then a bit of a lighter arc. Like, we'll have Stain and then the final exams. And then we'll have, the training camp and Kamino Ward, and then the provisional license exam. And now, Season 4, we have the battle with the Shie Hasaikai and the school festival featuring YouTuber Gentle Criminal. This is weird. This is a little okay. We have the sports, not the sports festival. I'm so used to saying the sports festival, but we have the school festival, which is all nice and good. I like that. That's Midoriya's idea to get Eri to smile, and obviously Togata loves that idea, so that's really great. And then, so that's all well and good. Gentle Criminal, though, is very odd, and he's going to create some sort of spectacle, presumably, I guess, going after, well, at the very least, I would imagine he might go after the school festival, and then that will get, maybe that puts him in direct conflict with, if he learns that, Eri is at the UA school festival, so that, it's like, they want her to smile and stuff. Maybe that's the spectacle he wants to have to ruin that. And that's maybe puts him in conflict with Deku and possibly Lemillion. Possibly. I mean, the boy can still fight. We got to give him some credit. The boy can still fight. He just, the boy can still fight. He just doesn't have his permeation. He's still jacked, So, okay. This was kind of weird. This is a weird arc, I kind of said that at the beginning. It's like, what is the arc we're on now? Which I guess, they've basically been showing this in the intro for the past couple episodes. They've shown them preparing for the school festival and Jiro writing the song and stuff like that. So, I guess it's not completely out of left field because they have been, preparing us for it, but still is very weird because even like we said with the sort of pattern of we have a really heavy arc and then a bit of a lighter arc, still those lighter arcs were all hero related, it was it was the final exams and then the provisional license. Technically yes, this is hero related because they're trying to help Eri, but still, I don't know. I have no idea. First thing I wrote down is breakdance. That was interesting. So yeah, Ashido can breakdance. Cool. And she, at the very least, she taught Aoyama how to do some dancing, which is interesting. So I guess they can be the dancers at the concert rave. Yeah. I did like how it's like, okay, well, she has full control over her body doing this, so she'll be able to, she could use that in combat. So I like that moment. And I love how Yama being like, yes, she will, because she's humiliated me twice before with her moves, you know? So yeah, I like that. And I also like, Midoriya thinking, oh, maybe I should do some dancing moves. Like, first off, dancing moves probably would work with his shoot style, honestly. If you get those legs going, oh my gosh, talk about a tornado smash. That, I don't know, like the Kansas smash. I don't know. You know what? That's exactly, when they were doing the, you kind of get on your head and you do that twirl and your feet are going around so crazy. It's like, that's the Kansas smash right there, because Oklahoma's already taken. So that's the Kansas smash right there, because Oklahoma and Texas are already taken for Tornado Alley. So, or maybe Arkansas, I guess. Is Arkansas? I think Arkansas is technically, it's at the very least, it's on the edge of Tornado Alley. So, I don't know. So yeah. But yeah, I thought, like, man, if Deku did learn some dance moves, like, if he used 5% even, or 8, like, that could be some, a decent gust of wind. You get up to 100 or something like that, that'd be crazy, So yeah, man, I would love to see that, especially working in some dance moves with his shoot style, Like, I think that could actually be really cool. So I hope that's not just a one-off sort of joke. Like, I hope Midoriya does actually, like, I've been learning some things from Ashido, so now I can do this. Kansas? Or, I don't know, Midoriya's kind of been, well, the last one he did was Manchester, so I don't know if he does, like, the Toledo smash. Toledo, Kansas, or was it Topeka? Is Toledo in Kansas? Shows how much I know about Kansas. He does the Smallville smash, that's it. Smallville, Kansas. Anyway. But yeah, school festival. So we've got the school festival coming up. I like how they say that, like, all right, yeah, the sports festival is where the hero course shines, but most of the others don't really shine, even though, like, the closest is, like, Shinso from General Studies. He was at least in the first round, and so was Hatsume from support. And Hatsume, humiliated one of the heroes. She probably could have beaten Ida if she actually wanted to, but she didn't want to, She just wanted to show off, so. Which is weird to think about. She wanted to show off, so she didn't beat him, Like, it's kind of a weird thing to sort of think about, but anyway. But I also like how, they mention, well, a lot of things have happened at UA because of the hero course, and that's caused stress on the other courses. Like, the whole thing with the dorms is because of the hero course, because of the villains and everything. So, all the other courses are relegated to the dorms because of things that are happening to the hero course, not to them. So I like that it's a good explanation, especially for why they should do the school festival. So yeah. And then we had a bunch of ideas. We had Kaminari's maid thing, where all the girls were going to dress up as maids. Which, at the very least, like, obviously, it's like, yeah, he's doing that because he wants all the girls to, like, serve him and stuff. You do have to give him some credit. Not a lot, but some credit that, like, okay, it wasn't anything, like, too lewd or anything, which Mineta was complaining about. And I love, it's just, a topless hung. I love Sue just hung him. Like, geez Louise. Like, oh my gosh, Sue turning into Sayori or something. Like, it's like, well, guess that's just that. Why don't we hang up that idea, Mineta? So, it just cuts and she's just, help me tie this off. And Sato's like, sure. It's like, oh, I love it. They just keep escalating with Mineta's punishment by Sue. So yeah, I love that the class reps had very nerdy ideas. Ida was, what was it? It was like a historical lecture or something. I would have been down for that, actually. I'm with Ida. I would have been down for that. And then Yaoyorozu was like a study group or something. Like, that's not exactly fun, Yaoyorozu. So I like that. I like Midoriya's was a hero quiz. Bakugo's was like fight to the death. Kaminari's was an arm wrestle. Like all of it like really does make sense. So that was really funny. And then we got Todoroki came up with the idea of a rave. I love he has to, he goes through and it's like, I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's this. And it's just a rave. And it's like, oh, okay. I guess Todoroki suggested a rave. And I love, too, it's like, Bakugo and I have had to deal with stuff like that in our extra courses. And it just cuts. I love this. It just cuts to, oh, please, can I see it again? Oh, well. It just cuts to Bakugo and Todoroki on a disco floor with like these, like these white blazers and these shirts, and they're just, Todoroki's like this and stuff. Like, oh my gosh. I can't. Man, I want more of that. Like, the stuff with the kids was like, oh, it's kind of weird, but okay, it works with hero stuff. I want to see what else Gang Orca is training them to do, I want to see Gang Orca, like, in like a 70s. He kind of already is, because he's already in a white suit, but it's like, I want to see Gang Orca out on the disco floor, Oh, that would have been so cool. But yeah, they're going to do a rave, and then we got convincing Jiro to basically put on a concert, basically, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that was really cool, and I like, them convincing her, and I don't know why, but that whole scene where she's like all, she's all like nervous and she's like trying to hide it. I don't know why, but Jiro just got like 10 times cuter in that scene. It's just ridiculous. So I like that. I really do like that. Her being like nervous, she doesn't want to do it. And it's interesting, because they say it's like, oh, well, these hobbies probably help with their hero work, like how Sato's baking obviously helps with him, with his quirk and stuff, and Ashido is going to help her with hand-to-hand combat. And Kaminari says, well, Jiro, your music must be like that too, right? And she's thinking, no, it doesn't. Why would it? And you do stop and think, like, why would it? I don't know. How would you use music? But there's got to be some way to do that, Like, there's got to be some sort of, like, rock and roll hero. So, I hopefully that's what she becomes, the rock and roll hero. And I know I kind of joke, like, well, you could beat someone with a guitar or something. But if you do, like, for God's sake, Present Mike has, the amp and stuff to help with his quirk. There's got to be something like she uses a guitar and it sends off a sonic wave. Like that sort of stuff. Like that. It's got to be something, man. It's got to be something. So, but she's on board now. She's on board to do the song. Then we cut over to Eri. Oh, and I love that so much. We get Togata and Eri and Midoriya, which was really, really nice. And I like, well, first off, I swear, I don't know, like, if something, like, if they're just, like, doing the voice a little different or something. Like, I don't know, but she sounds way more childlike now. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. She obviously she didn't get too many lines beforehand, but, like, for some of them, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit, but maybe it's because now she has, like, fully formed sentences and stuff that she has to, like, say. So, I don't know. Her voice sounds a little bit different. It's probably not, though. But, she's just so cute. It's just, I cannot deal with this much kawaii nonsense, And yeah, so I like that, saying it's like, oh, I'm Deku. That's probably the easier name to remember, so we'll just go with Deku. Of course, it's like, okay, so he says Deku instead of Izuku Midoriya because it's shorter. Meanwhile, she's already memorized Lemillion, So, and then we had, her saying it's like, oh, it's all my fault, which is like, no, it's, we do, at this point, it's like, okay, we saved her from Chisaki, but we still have to save her soul at this point, Like, that's kind of the next thing to save before she's all good. So yeah. And I like they also explained that Eri doesn't have enough energy to do that rewind, to do any sort of rewind for a while. Which makes sense, that, like, okay, beforehand she would do, like, simple rewinds before for Chisaki's experiments. But that probably that probably didn't burn a whole lot of energy. But burning all that energy to keep Midoriya at 100% of One for All for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes straight. Like, yeah, that probably burned a lot of it. Like, she's probably not going to rewind for like a year or so. Like, it's going to be a little while. So I like that we're a bit more safe now to be around her. So I like that. And yeah, it's like, oh, well, everyone there fought to make sure that you'd smile again. And then she can't. She doesn't. She doesn't really remember how to smile, you know? And that's so sad. It's so friggin' sad. But I love that Deku figures out the idea, hey, why don't we bring her to the UA Festival? And of course, Mirio loves that idea. He thinks that's brilliant. And so now the two of them are going to create a case to give to Principal Nezu. So that'd be so. It's so cool, and I love that idea. I love that. I do love that Deku figures it out. You know, he figures it out like and all on his own, and then Mirio goes with it. You know, and then I just love that so much. And honestly, yeah, I hope that she does meet Nezu, because Nezu's always like the happiest guy anyway. He's a happy little furry dude, you know? So just like that should make her smile, you know? The petting zoo would have made her smile too. Koda's idea was brilliant, I have to say. Friggin' Sero knocking it down like, oh, that seems smelly and unsanitary. It's like, screw you, it's a petting zoo, it'd be brilliant. I don't know why I just went off on that, but it was a good idea. It was a really good idea, and they just shoot it down, you know? Anyway, last thing I wrote down is Gentle Criminal, who is this villain YouTuber who wants to get more views. Which I can't help but relate to that. I feel like any YouTuber would. Anyone who's reacting to this show probably understands that. It's like, oh, we didn't get enough views. Like, we need to do something to get enough views and stuff. Anyone who reacts to this show knows what that feels like. Which is why I joked, why don't you watch Doctor Who? It worked for me, at least a little bit, you know? So yeah, we have Gentle Criminal, who I guess is going to be going to the UA Festival to... it's so weird not to say UA Sports Festival, but he's going to the UA Festival to try to create a spectacle so he will be seen. So we'll have to see. Of course, he's going there. There's like what, 20 pro heroes plus 40 hero course students? Like, it's not going to be great. That's not going to be very easy to do, but all right, if that's the plan, I guess I'm interested. Let's see how you do. So, him and Labrava, his camera girl. So, yeah, interesting episode. Not what I expected for the back half of season 4, but I'm 100% down for it. So, yeah, I guess that's basically it. We'll have to see what's going on next time. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my My Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist. You can